Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with MLB 13, the show, and we've got some more 30 wins with 30 teams. I want to make sure I get this finished up here as quickly as possible. So we're going to be playing as the New York Yankees in this one. So with 30 wins with 30 teams, a big part of everything that I do revolves around history. Just kind of telling you about how the team got started and stuff like that. And I'm at a complete loss on how I'm going to try and tackle this in the 15 or so minutes that I have to be able to do this video, because there is so much. And then of course you got to go ahead and try and fit in, you know, what's going on with the game. This is going to be crazy. This is probably going to be the toughest 30 wins with 30 teams that I have had to do. So Kuroda is going to be on the mound for the Yankees today. We start things off with a walk, which is not pretty. I never like walking anybody, especially at the beginning of the game. So now New York Yankee, Jacoby Ellsbury, is going to be on first. Now, he's got some speed, of course. So you can imagine how happy I am to go ahead and get the double play right here to make sure nobody's on base. So get a double play with Victorino and with Ellsbury, two of the fastest guys on the Red Sox. I'll call that a victory right there, even though I gave up that run. Brett Gardner going to be starting things off for the Yankees here in the bottom of the first. I'm going to hit this one. He's got a lot of speed, too. That's what allows him to be able to get on first and to beat out that throw. So with Brett Gardner, kind of the same mentality with Jacoby Ellsbury. I mean, he's really fast, so he could be looking at somebody who's stealing. And you guys know me. I mean, of course, I'm going to be trying to break for second with somebody like Brett Gardner. So with Derek Jeter, I just let that one go. And he's safe at second. Honestly, a great throw from behind the plate. Most players would be out whenever any catcher would throw something like that. But when you got a lot of speed, you'll be able to beat those out. All right, Mark Teixeira getting his first at-bat. Couple outs. And we get a home run. So since we had Gardner on second, that is going to be a two-run shot for the Yankees to give us the 2-0 lead over the Red Sox. Now, this was a game I actually played at the very, very beginning of MLB 13, the show. This is something that I like to do. I consider it, or I call it the greatest rivalry in baseball series, where I switch off between playing the Yankees and the Red Sox. And so this year, it was Red Sox at Yankees. So this exact matchup, and it ended up being a pretty big win. And I was kind of thinking, I'm like, should I just go ahead and consider that? 30 wins with 30 teams, but I decided against it. David Ortiz, Big Papi, getting a home run right here to answer Mark Teixeira's home run. So that'll make it a 2-1 game. Of course, anytime I'm going up against the Red Sox, you've got to have some concerns about what's going to happen if your pitcher starts to fail. And Big Papi right here proves why it's always important to never slack off. Granted, it's the beginning of the game, and it's not like I was sitting there figuring I had the W or anything like that already. It was kind of a little bit of a wake-up call, though, because I almost went into cruise control. Top of the third, 0-2 count. This one was going to go to Jeter, and that gets through him. It's almost like he stepped over it and it went between his legs. All right, runner on first, 0-2 count. Again, Ellsbury at the plate. Now he's going to go ahead and hit into a double play. So both times Jacoby Ellsbury's come up to the plate, he's been part of a double play. Brett Gardner again with a base hit. I'm kind of liking the trend that I'm seeing here. Small ball is my favorite type of baseball to play, so I'm all about just getting little singles. You know, anytime I can get on first base. And then, especially when you got somebody like that type of speed, I'm going. Now, the pickoff attempt by Lester. I'm good. I'm safe at second. I don't think that there's been one time that has happened to me, though, where I've made the break for second on a pickoff attempt where I haven't been safe. So, ooh, someone's not happy. All right, so Derek Jeter getting his second at bat here in the bottom of the third. Still 2-1. Now, that one's going to get hit over to Dustin Pedroia at second. It's actually funny that I said that because there's somebody at work that his name is Dustin, but we always call him Justin just to make him mad. All right, Robinson Cano going to ground out to first, but the run will come home, so we've gotten back to the 2-run lead. Now Dustin Pedroia coming up to the plate here. So Yankees started in 1901. Yeah, there have been some other teams that have started way before that. Shouldn't say way before. We're talking like 1884. But when you think about how much has taken place in that time as far as baseball history, what the Yankees have meant, it just blows my mind. 27 World Series titles. 27. That leads all of Major League Baseball. The last time, of course, that they won a World Series, 2009. So, won the AL pennant 40 times. This is, like, even me just saying this blows my mind. Like, so much victories, celebrations and stuff like that the Yankees have been a part of. It's going to be tough when I talk about some of the players and things like that here a little bit. Robinson Cano again at the plate. He had that little RBI earlier in the game, but Lester going to throw this one, and Cano is going to get over to second since it was not on target at all. So after that, Lester, he is going to go ahead and get pulled, and it does seem like this is taking place a little early in the game, but we have been able to get some additional hits beyond what you guys have seen thus far. So Matt Thornton coming in to relieve Lester. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily a good call, but at the end of the day, it's not my choice to make. It's all the computer here. So A-Rod with Gardner on second. I'm not trying to steal third or anything like that. He's going to hit this one. Or sorry, Cano's on second. My bad. He's going to hit this one into the stands for another 2-run shot. So Cano and A-Rod come home. So power has been the name of the game today here for the Yankees. Sure, I have gotten a lot of hits, but the only reason anybody's come home is because of a home run minus that one hit that we had earlier by Robinson Cano. So 5-1 here in the top of the 7th. Really a lot to skip over here as far as gameplay goes. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk Shane Victorino. Now, as I mentioned with Ellsbury earlier, Victorino does have some speed, so I'll be taking a look to see what's happening, type of lead he's getting over there at first. So, Big Papi. Dang, it is not the Red Sox's day. That's what, their third double play of the game that they've hit into. All right, Curtis Granderson will get a base hit. This will one-hop to Ellsbury in center field. He'll one-hop the throw to Pedroia. So it's good to know that here in the 7th inning, we've still got things going. And here's Ichiro Suzuki. This might be the first time I've ever hit with Ichiro Suzuki. No, I take that back. All-Star game. But I'm going to go ahead and leave Granderson there at second. So Ichiro with a single. With Granderson in scoring position. He has some speed as well. So a good hit right here by Cervelli. Could go ahead and bring yet another run home. So decide to lay down a bunt instead. Because with these two guys, I'd like to have them on second and third, but that was a bad throw from Middlebrooks on over to first. So Napoli had to step off the bag. So bases loaded now for Brett Gardner. And this is going to get out into right field. So I'll get one run. A little floater like that, I might have even been able to go ahead and round third and come home with Granderson. Craig Breslow coming in. So we'll see what we can do now as we face a lefty. And the bases are loaded. So I do fear, of course, the bases loaded curse. You guys haven't come across anything I've done from MLB 2K. Whenever the bases are loaded, my batting average is in the tank. Derek Jeter. Wow. Pedroia getting pulled off the bag. Throw over to first, not in time. So, yeah, that'll count as an error. But we get another run. 7 runs now for the Yankees, and Robinson Cano at the plate. Lefty versus lefty. That one was low. What? Back-to-back errors by the Yankees, or by the Red Sox. It was almost the exact same thing. Dang, another run comes home because of an error. Mark Teixeira. I was hoping for a grand salami right there. But the run will come home. We're going to see an out at first for Teixeira. Runners on second and third. And now A-Rod. So he's had that home run earlier today. This one is going to drop as Pedroia will not be able to make the catch on an awesome dive. But because I thought that it was going to be caught, everybody going to be staying on their base. Okay. Alfonso Soriano, this is the first opportunity we've been able to see him today. Deep fly ball into center field. Ellsbury will get underneath it. Going with the throw home. But that's going to be cut off. So that'll make it 10 runs here for the Yankees. Now we're in the 8th inning. There we go. Ichiro Suzuki with another base hit. Now Ichiro, my gosh, like I have so much respect for this guy. Everything that he's been able to put together offensively over his career is just phenomenal. So, going for second, and he's safe. So I'm excited that I can get a stolen base with Ichiro Suzuki because of the respect I have for him. The amount of hits this guy has gotten. I mean, I honestly thought it was brilliant the way that he hits the ball. So Suzuki comes home on the single. So Brett Gardner, I think he's gotten a hit at every at-bat today. 11-1, Derek Jeter. Ah, dang it. All right. At least Jeter gets a runner on over to third here. So Gardner 90 feet away from home. Kind of sad I haven't gotten really anything to feature with Jeter that much. Nothing like a home run or anything like that. I guess I'm going to have to wait till next year's 30 wins with 30 teams. There's Robinson Cano getting a hit through the middle. That'll go ahead and bring Gardner home, and another run for the Yankees. What do we put on the board? Now here, I'm going to bring in Mariano Rivera in the 9th inning for no other reason other than I wanted to, because this is going to be my last opportunity to ever be able to pitch as Mariano Rivera. So it is kind of sad when I say that because of what he has meant to the Yankees and all of baseball. So this is the part where I talk about, or this may be the only time I get to talk about players, but Mariano Rivera, greatest closer to play the game, more saves than anybody else. You got to put him on the list. You got Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Roger Maris, Whitey Ford. And then, you know, you've got Derek Jeter. So many other players, too, like in the 90s and 2000s. Like, the Yankees were a powerhouse. You had some phenomenal players, phenomenal character, which I appreciate so much more than anything else. But, yeah, there's so many awesome players to be able to talk about. Now, of course, Lou Gehrig is one of my favorites. I've mentioned this in a lot of videos, but just in case you haven't heard it before, like, Lou Gehrig is my all-time favorite player because of the struggles that he went through and the way that he approached everything. Like, I have so much respect for anybody who goes through something and really, you know, kind of plays down the significance of it just to try to and let people, like, know that they're tough, or, like, just to make things easier for others to be able to bear through it as well. So Lou Gehrig represents a lot for me. And so whenever I think of the Yankees, I think of Lou Gehrig. I think of that speech that he gave and just the kind of person that he was. It's awesome. All right, so Mario Rivera getting the strikeout. Now, yes, he has allowed a run here in the 9th inning, but that's okay. Nobody is perfect. But with that, the game is done and over with. So Yankees end up winning this one by a score of 12-2 over the Red Sox. So that means next game we do have the Boston Red Sox. So make sure you guys check that out. I appreciate you guys watching this. I really do. More of course to come later on, so make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again for watching. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.